Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to catch bluegill. So you're just going to need a couple things. One, you just need, obviously, a rod and reel, and Jade's already got one. You just need a rod and reel. You can use an ultralight, or if you wanted to, you could use a big setup, but what I'm using, Shimano FX 2500 HG on a Shakespeare Navigator rod. This is a 6 foot, it's a 6 foot rod, and on this setup, I just have 20-pound braid, but that's just because I also use this for saltwater fishing. And then there's a couple different rigs you can use. You could use a bobber and a hook, a bobber, a split shot, and a hook, just a hook. But what I'm using here is I'm using a little split shot about a foot above from a small hook. You want to make sure you use small hooks because these bluegill have small mouths. Then you could use a bunch of different baits like worms, an insect, bread, even cheese. But here we're going to be using bread. We got just a little piece of bread, and what you want to do, you could hook it on, you could compact it, put it into a ball. I just like to put it on like this and then just fold it up like that. And that'll just sit on there. And then you need to go to a place that has bluegill, which is most places in America. And you just want to cast it right in front of their faces. Oh, you can also use artificials for catching bluegill, like beetle spins, curly tail grubs. There's a bass out there. And then just drop it in the water like this. Just wait to get a bite. And then when you get the bite, I'll teach you what you can do. There's a koi right there. When you get a bite, just lift it up. And then you've caught yourself a bluegill, just like that. Now, to hold a bluegill, they got all these spines on them everywhere, on literally almost every fin. So I just like kind of do this. Some people like grab them like this. I just kind of, yeah, there's Jade's. I kind of shove all these fins down right here like this, and then just unhook them. There he is, nice little gill. And then to release them, you can set them in the water, just throw them. But I like to give them a dunk release, where basically you shove them head first, and that pushes a ton of oxygen through their gills, and they swim off immediately. So you can use bigger baits for bigger fish, different sizes hooks, and you can cast. You could just set it right here. Jade's got another one, but literally it's just as simple as casting out there, waiting, and say you hook a bluegill from far away and not like right here in front of your feet like we're doing. Then what you could do is just, some people set the hook. You can set the hook, but I mean, you can also just not set the hook. Just cast out and wait to get that run. When you use a bobber, you could tell when you have a fish because it'll just go down. But when you're using line like this, like with no bobber, just watch that line right there.
Or you can even just see when...
But just wait till you see your line pulling out, and most of the time that's when you have a fish. And another trick you can do is, say you're using this rig that I got, and you just have a split shot with a small hook. Then what you could do is just grab a piece of bread. Don't even compact it, just hook it straight through like that, and that will make it float. So then what you do is you drop it in, and the bread will float whatever length it is off the surface. So this is about a foot, maybe less. It'll float about a foot off the surface, off the bottom, just like that. And then they'll eat it. I don't do a full-on bass hook set, but I also don't just start reeling. I like to kind of just not really jerk the rod, but just kind of pull it a little bit. Sometimes I'll set the hook if it's a bigger bluegill. And then the rest of this video is just going to be bluegill fishing. It's extremely beginner-friendly, bluegill fishing. Oh, got one. And, ouch, spine. Oh no. Okay, he fell in between some rocks. There's our bluegill. And there goes. There's Jade's. Got one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, came off. Sometimes you might even catch yourself a big one like this. I mean, this is medium size, not necessarily big or small. There he is. Nice little bluegill. Give him a nice little dunk release. Got one. Okay, there's a nice bluegill. There's a bunch of different species of sunfish. A lot of the most encountered ones is a bluegill, but a lot of people, they'll call other species of sunfish bluegill.
I'm gonna use this guy.
But this is a bluegill. This is how you can tell if they're a bluegill. Oh no. This right here, well, first off, you can tell because they have a bluegill right here. Can't really see it on this one. But you can also tell they always have this black dot on their dorsal fin. Oh no. Okay, there it goes. You can fish in the shallows with small red and you'll catch a little bluegill. But if you want to catch a big bluegill, put on a big piece of bread and cast out deeper. That's where the bigger bluegill are. Oh, the bigger fish always sit out deeper. Oh, this one's a great example for this. Let me show you guys why they're called bluegill.
Oh, he's very blue.
Look good. Oh, okay, there it goes. So that's why they're called bluegill. So they have bluegills and Jay's got a bass. We got the food and the predator. So they got purple, they got blue, they got black scales. Oh, Jade.
Bluegill.
I know, another bass tried to eat the bluegill. Oh, dang. Thought he was a lot bigger. Okay, literally we got the food and the predator. Let's get them on camera, both of them. Here's the bass and the bluegill.
Photo.
Okay, let me release him.
Yeah, my phone.
Okay. Now, just with bass, I like to walk down to the bank and set them in the water. With bluegill, I just give them a dunk release. If you run into a situation where you hook your shirt like this, past the barb, and what you gotta do, come over here to the tackle box, grab the scissors. Don't cut your shirt though. Cut that line. Okay. You see how we've cut the line? Then Jade said she found a massive snake. That's what that sound is. I gotta get this hook out of my shirt. Yeah.
I think it's a snake eating a rat.
Really?
Yeah. I saw something with a large tail, and then I saw a snake.
Okay, I got the hook out.
Where is it?
Oh, it's just a ribbon snake.
Where is it? Oh yeah, what is it eating?
It's eating a frog. It's a ribbon snake eating a frog.
Oh my gosh. Is that the frog making
Yes.
noise?
That's a ribbon snake eating a baby bullfrog. I don't think it's safe to be eating in the water. You know what they say, you should wait 30 minutes. Okay, well, Jade thought it was poisonous, so I grabbed my fillet knife.
I did think it was poisonous. So crazy.
That ribbon snake is eating a bullfrog. Look at you see all the tadpoles?
Yeah, freaking out.
If we could save that frog. Jade's got a bass.
I backlashed, so I can't reel.
That's a pretty big bass. It's a 2-pounder. You can reel if you backlashed.
I can't. It's on my
Oh, it is?
thing.
Here, just handline it.
I'm gonna hang on. Got it.
Handlining bass.
I've never done
This is what these videos have come down to.
Look
How
at that bluegill.
How to catch bluegill turned into almost
Let
attack.
me get him. Let me get him. Okay.
I'm
hold on,
leading.
hold on.
I'm leadering him for you. I'm leadering him.
Okay, here, let me get in. Let me grab him. Let me get right here.
We're shark fishermen. I'm leadering him.
Really? That didn't feel good. Got him.
Nice 2-pounder. Let's get this grass off.
Okay, now I'm covered in water. Good water.
Nice 2-pound bass.
Picture. Where's my phone? Swap me with water, so now my leggings are covered in water.
It's very thick. There's a loop around the drag star, if you guys could see that. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, I wouldn't do this to a line bluegill, but like, I mean, yeah, I guess you could. So bluegill, like Jack Crevalles, they have like a bone right here. So if you just hook them right here off the top of the head, there's a bone that does not come out.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the log.
To make, oh, big bluegill.
Oh, I thought that was a bass. Not as big as I thought.
Nice little bluegill. Bluegill. Got the bluegill. There it is. Yeet. No. Tangled in fishing line. Stop reeling. Stop reeling. Stop reeling. I'm tangled in your line. Hand line again.
Nice bass.
I got one on a bear hook. I got one on a bear hook. I had bread on, and then I dropped it in there, and they ate the bread off, and I saw it because I'm wearing my sunglasses. They ate the bread off the hook, and this guy ate it anyway. All right, there's the bluegill. Oh, I got one. Jake, your bluegill is white.
Yep.
Let's do a comparison. This is what a bluegill is supposed to look like, and this is what hers looks like.
He's a zombie. Look at this side. Look at his eye.
It's literally white. Okay, let's release this guy. It's a pretty fat bluegill. Look at that. Ah. There he is. Nice little fat bluegill. Bruh, oh, got a good one. Bass.
Where?
Nice little pretty bluegill. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye and happy fishing.
Don't give it up, bust it open, let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, baby, hustle, but then what the... Oh my God.